So essentially, I want to get people in spirit for fall time. So how does one go about that task? Well, you buy some pumpkins, number one. Apparently, apparently everyone wants to get in on the fun of fall. Because once you put pumpkins out for the public, they tend to take them. Which is understandable, because pumpkins are a fun time for everybody. So I thought, how do I get across that these are communal pumpkins, and I don't want you taking the pumpkins, essentially? Well, I started with, don't take the pumpkins. I thought this would be a message that would get across to whoever these pumpkin people were, that the pumpkins were not theirs for the taking. In fact, they were the community's. However, that tactic didn't work. So I decided to maybe secure the pumpkin in case of someone trying to take it. How does one secure something? In my experience, duct tape.
Sip steam.
My boy Nemo was just like, what is going on here? Alright. But yet again, the pumpkin got taken. I checked in the compost to maybe see if perhaps someone was throwing these pumpkins out for some godforsaken reason. No pumpkins to be found. Ah. Fucking mood. Alright. Now at this point I thought maybe if someone was taking these pumpkins to their dorm room, the dorm room might be getting a little cluttered, you know, with 4 pumpkins in there. So I asked the question, do you really need another? I also decided to inform them that hey, they had so far taken $15 from me, you know, in pumpkins. Like the gold standard, I believe pumpkins are a little bit like currency, you know? They have value that lasts longer than, you know, monetary value does. You can use pumpkins to trade, barter, and, you know, just have a good time with. But pumpkins, essentially, are worth more than money. Apparently, they did need a 5th pumpkin, so that's why I let them know that there was a $10 warrant out for their arrest. I also decided to put some free pumpkins out. Now, granted, they weren't real pumpkins, they were pasta pumpkins, but I thought maybe they'd be like, okay, I've taken, you know, however many pumpkins from him, I'll take the pasta. You know, why not? It's pumpkin-shaped pasta, that's a fun time. I can literally throw it in the boiler and eat it later. That's a full meal. You can't eat a pumpkin. At this point in time, we got a big break in the case. We realized that the pumpkin stealers were coming from the opposite residence hall. So I decided, you know, to throw a pumpkin up there. Maybe share the love. Maybe they were feeling jealous. They weren't getting pumpkins and getting pumped for the fall spirit. So that pumpkin got taken. We also put wanted posters up because we thought maybe they'd see these posters, get a little bit scared, you know, not take any more pumpkins, and then alert the public. Maybe they had some information on where to find these pumpkins. Then I started to wonder where they were putting all these pumpkins. Like, I don't think you can just stash these in a closet. I think you have to, you know, maybe stash them in different rooms, or like maybe put them in the bathroom. Fuck, I don't know. So at this point I realized that all my pumpkins were getting taken, and I kind of accepted that fact. So I, you know, just started having fun with it. Hey, throw a squash in there, why not? I then decided to try a new tactic. If these people were finding my pumpkins and taking them, maybe I could hide a pumpkin. So I made a distraction pumpkin, and I also made a secret pumpkin. Now this tactic worked for a minute, but it turns out after they found the distraction pumpkin, they started thinking about it, and they found the secret pumpkin. What is this? Is this a pillar? Yes, it is a pillar, isn't it? That's a pillar. My proudest moment was when I perched a pumpkin on top of the pillar outside of their hall. I thought no way they would be able to get to this pumpkin. How did I even get to it? I don't even know. I thought putting pumpkins up high would maybe limit their ability to get the pumpkins, in fact. So I put pumpkins up on a tree.
Yeah, I liked those ones.
Yeah, they got taken.
Yeah, I know, I saw.
At this point, we had our biggest break in the case. We found an Instagram under the name of Lil Pumpkin. Where we found all of my pumpkins stashed away. in someone's room. And this not only one concluded that they were in fact in the opposite residence hall, but it also concluded that they were just putting pumpkins all over their floor, which is a great idea. That will get you, I'm sure that's getting them extremely excited for the fall time. I love the idea of having an Instagram dedicated to stealing pumpkins, first of all. I think that was a good idea. If I'm being totally honest. Like, this made the games even more fun, and I think everybody was able to participate in it a little bit more. You know, you see where the pumpkins are going, you see a fat stash of pumpkins, you go, where are the pumpkins going? Oh, they're on the floor of this person's dorm room, they have a bunch of them, where are they going? Who are these people? Now, why would you just throw a pumpkin to the side like that? Upon closer inspection, I think this could have been a raccoon. And then it hit me. I had offered some pumpkins to raccoons only 20 minutes before. Come on. Come on. And so even they were getting in on the fun at this point.
It's a koala, not a raccoon, but like...
Yeah, I guess the point across.
It works.
And so now that we know who's taking all these pumpkins, it doesn't even matter that I keep buying them, because they're only $3 each and I know I'm getting them back. And these guys are only, you know, 69 cents. And so are these guys. It's that time of year. Now, last night we found out that the head count of pumpkins taken was about 30. And at this point I was like, well, that's a significant amount of money. I think that's enough to really decorate the school in a fun manner. From a source on the culprit's floor, we were given a room number as to where these pumpkins could be hidden. So we went out to take a look. Now, the night before, we let them know that we would be coming to collect our pumpkins back by writing the room number of the pumpkin thief, allegedly, on a pumpkin. And that pumpkin got taken. So, ideally, these people now know that we're coming. We went in to collect the pumpkins back. And when we stepped into the room, there were no pumpkins to be found. And our suspect, who we knew knows about the pumpkins, would not tell us where the pumpkins had gone. We went into a few different rooms and tried to check around, because at this point it's upwards of $60. Yeah, I don't even want to count. The way we went about it could have been a little bit intimidating, just showing up at their door, but we weren't really sure how else to get these pumpkins back. And at this point I was getting a little bit worried for my pumpkin safety, and just really wanted to have a lot of pumpkins around my home at all times. And I couldn't do that if they kept getting taken. The pumpkins are going to get recovered, folks, and I can assure you of that. Our detective work is not done. If you'd like to help out on our expedition, then I would say if you could contact me by either of these two sources, I'll give you a pumpkin, and I just want my pumpkins back.